What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video. And just real quick, as we get started here, want to let you know there's some construction going on the roof. If you hear any noises, that's what that is. But I'm hoping that the audio is going to be fine. Change one of my patterns here on the microphone. I'm hoping the audio is going to be fine on this one. Just wanted to throw that out there in case you hear any banging around or anything. That's what that is. But here I want to talk about some of the practice squad guys, right? We talked about the initial 11, and then there were 5 spots remaining. So the question was, who are we going to go pick? There was hope that Spencer Shrader would come back. There's obviously hope that Mike Abraham was going to come back. Xavier Scott hoped he was going to come back. And there's news on these guys. Now, Mike Abraham, as far as I know, hasn't made it to a team yet. But I do know Xavier Scott now in Minnesota. He put something on Twitter yesterday about how he, is blessed to have his time in Indy, but now he's in Minnesota, and he's going to be there. Unfortunately, we lose out on him. Was hoping he'd be back on the practice squad, but I think what the Colts were going to do with the rest of their practice squad was pretty evident with what we already had, right? We needed some big bodies, defensive line, offensive line. They even throw a tight end in here. And also, by the way, Spencer Shrader did make it back to us, baby. Spencer Shrader back on the team, and we're going to have an entire video about that. But I do want to talk about the other names on here, right? We have Spencer Shrader, takes up the 12th spot. He had his own announcement, basically. Pardon the interruption. I just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you stopping by the channel. And I also want to say that when I look at the analytics, 50% of the people that come by and watch this channel are not subscribed. So as Peyton's telling you to do here, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn those notifications on so you get notified when any videos come out. Now, if you need any further proof of why you need to subscribe, when you look at the numbers, 62.4% of the views on this channel over the last month have come from people that are not subscribed to the channel. So again, if you're one of those people, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you so much, and let's get back into the video. But then the rest of these names, some of them we know, some of them we don't. So a couple that we know, defensive tackle McTelvin Agam. He was here last year on the practice squad. He was one of the depth pieces for us, and somebody that is honestly surprising to come back, right? But talking about continuity, talking about familiarity, it's just easy to go get a guy, right? You lose out on Eric Johnson, you lose out on Jonah Lalu. So at the end of the day, they go find somebody they know. They bring in McTelvin Agam to be a practice squad body who maybe they can find somebody else. Maybe they have a plan. If somebody else comes available, maybe they'll bring somebody else in. But Agam here last year, comes back this year. Titus Leo also on the practice squad. And it looked like he may end up going without a team, but he does get brought back for the Colts practice squad. We'll see what happens. Obviously missed his rookie year, got hurt a little bit in camp and in the preseason, and then was able to come back. And at the current moment, we have a deep rotation at the defensive end position, so he'll probably stay on the practice squad. But nonetheless, Titus Leo does come back. Now, some people that we didn't know, tight end Sean McKeon. Now, obviously, the Colts have had plenty of tight ends over the last couple of years, right? Jordan Murray and Eric Tomlinson are the latest Colts tight ends that were at the bottom of the roster that we're not taking onto the active roster. So when you look at it, they end up just bringing in a new body. They weren't happy with what they had. They bring in somebody new. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Sean McKeon is, but they're bringing in a new body, presumably just emergency depth kind of piece, nothing that we're going to use in game. And if we did have to get to a point of using him in game, I assume we're probably going to try to go get, a guy like Jordan Murray that has been on the team before. But then the last name here on the practice squad is going to be guard Antonio Mafi. I believe the only offensive lineman on the practice squad right now. Will that change in the future? We'll have to see. But right now, those are the names, okay? McTelvin Agam, defensive tackle. Defensive end, Titus Leo. Tight end, Sean McKeon. Guard, Antonio Mafi. And again, of course, Spencer Shrader, the kicker that was bombing balls in the third preseason game. Came up, made a name for himself, immediately had Colts fans like, hey, this guy needs to be on the team. And again, we're going to have another video about that. That one's going to be tomorrow. Because of the day job, and because of what's happening at the house, still going to be able to get content out, but not doing as much as I would have liked. It's been very noisy this morning. So we're going to get another video to you guys. We're going to talk about the kickers tomorrow. And then we're going to talk more about guys that I think we may be able to add to the active roster to make us better going into week 1. So subscribe, have notifications on. Make sure you get notified of any content that comes out on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.